before we get into this video, I do want to say a massive thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring the preview content here on Talk Norwich City. Now, if you don't know what OneFootball is, here it is. It's a really cool app in which you can get all of your favourite footballing news. You can follow your team, you can bet on it, you can find the best odds, all of the news, all of the stats. I really like it, as I always say, because it's all of my footballing news in one place. All I've got to do at lunchtime is flick through on my phone, or at tea time, or any time. It's just my lunch break, I usually go onto it, and everything's there. It's lovely. Fixtures, results, opposition stats, your team stats. It's great. Download OneFootball, links in the description. Let's get on with the Derby County preview. And I've been looking at Norwich's form over the past couple of months, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Before Arsenal, we were 9 games unbeaten, but in that run, we'd scored just 2 goals at home, one of them coming in the 96th minute against Hull, and the other one in a win against Birmingham. So it shows that over that space of time, our wins have been by very narrow margins, and a lot of them have come away from home. So the big test now for Norwich is whether we can start to win games at home and score goals. And I think this is going to be an incredibly intriguing encounter, because Derby come down to Carrow Road. They're unbeaten in 5 games. Their last game was a 2-0 win over Sheffield Wednesday, so they're coming into this in some pretty decent form, and Derby were probably one of the early season favourites to go up. They're always sniffing there or thereabouts in the playoffs and always just seem to miss out just about. But this season they've got a good team, of course. Super Bradley Johnson plays for them, and they've got some good players in there. So I suppose the big thing for me looking at this game is whether Derby are going to sit back, soak up pressure and hit us on the counter like a lot of teams have done this season at Carrow Road, or go for it. Now, looking back at the games at home this season, of course, we all know, it's common knowledge that we've struggled against teams that have sat back, soaked up pressure and hit us on the counter, and we've kind of done that away from home and been very successful with that game plan. But I feel like this weekend could be a little different. Although Daniel Farker has said that he expects Derby County to come down with that same game plan that has been so successful for visiting sides at Carrow Road this season. I say successful, we haven't lost many games, but it's certainly, you know, we haven't won many games either at Carrow Road. Or, you know, will Derby go for it? And I think it might be the latter. I think Derby will be coming down here high on confidence. They're a team that will be looking to get in the playoffs this season, and coming down and simply playing for a draw probably isn't going to satisfy the fans or the manager or the players too much. So I think we're going to be in for a very intriguing encounter this weekend. I suppose my only worry for this game is the fact that we had Sunday's East Anglian derby, which was very, very tiring on the players. We then went into training the Sunday afternoon ahead of the game on Tuesday, 120 minutes against Premier League Arsenal, in which we dug in, we ground hard, and we very nearly came away with a win. So these players are going to be absolutely exhausted. I feel exhausted just from watching. So, you know, it's going to be... First of all, I'm not overly sure why we played Nelson Oliveira for 90 odd minutes on Tuesday, but I suppose we didn't want to risk Jerome, and there isn't really another option because Watkins was suspended, so it was pretty much Oliveira or no one, I guess, and that shows that the slight lack of attacking players we have, certainly strikers. We're not so bad behind the striker, but the striker situation is a little bit bare, and we've got to tread carefully there. So Farker said that Oliveira is pretty much fit, but it's going to be Jerome from the start. Marley Watkins is back, so that gives you another option in behind the striker. But I can't see many changes in terms of the team. I think we've pretty much found our starting 11 now, with Rudd in goal, Pinto at right back, Christoph Zimmermann and Tim Closer at centre back. I would have thought Stiepermann would go in at left back, with Harrison Reed and Tom Tribal just in front of that defence. Hopefully Yannick Vilska out on the right. He was doing the pre-match press conference today, which is really nice to see. James Maddison has been declared fit and good to go, which is great, because he had a little calf strain, or a little knock basically, because he just gets chopped at every possible occasion by opposition players. And then, I don't know who out on the left. You could put Marley Watkins out there, you could put Wes out there, you could maybe put Stiepermann out there and have Husband at left back. I'm never quite sure about that left wing position, so let me know who you play there, and then it's going to be Cameron Jerome up front. So that's the team. And I'm just really interested to see how this one goes. I think it's another good test for Norwich. It's another one of them objectives that hopefully we're going to be able to tick off and say, yes, we can win games at home against good teams and score goals, because I think the only worry from Norwich fans at the moment is the fact that we're not really scoring goals and breaking teams down at Carrow Road. I wouldn't say it's a worry. I'd simply say it's going to be nice when we can start doing that, because I think what we're building here at Norwich City is something very special. I think Daniel Farke knows what he's doing. I think we've got a good group of players to do so, and I'm confident. So I guess a score prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-0. I feel like a 2-0. I think we're going to keep a clean sheet, and I think we're going to score 2 goals. So 2-0. Download OneFootball. Links in the description below. Leave me your comments, your score predictions, and I will see you very soon. Peace out.